How's it going, boys? Danny here. Welcome back to another New World video. So we just finished with a war. We lost. Unlucky, I guess. And we got news that the PTR is coming out tonight. So by the time you're watching this, you will be able to access the PTR. And I made some notes, as you can see here. I made some brief notes about what to expect when going into PTR and what is potentially, assuming everything goes well, coming to New World. Who knows when? We're hoping by the end of the month. They'll give them 2.5 weeks to test everything, and us to test everything. But anyway, okay, we'll keep this nice and short and sweet, boys. We're gonna have servers on the US East and EU Central. We're gonna be able to test the expedition mutations. So we're gonna have 10 levels, and they're gonna be through Dynasty, Genesis, and Lazarus, and these are gonna rotate every 48 hours. This is on an increased schedule, so as far as we're aware, when it comes to live, these are going to rotate every week. I don't know if it's just Dynasty, Genesis, Laz, the PTR, or if that's all that the dungeons are going to be when it comes to live. I'm really hoping it's going to be across all the dungeons, but time will tell. They've mentioned here that once we get to the higher difficulty levels, it should be extremely difficult. So you'll also be getting scored on these mutations. So you get scored based on your time, your AI kills, your takedowns, your team wipes, and your respawns. We'll be able to go into that in a bit more detail once we get onto the PTR and we test everything out. And if you do want to come and test, you can test it on the PTR. You will be given a 600 gear score loadout to test. Apparently, if you have changes, the drop rates for named enemies have significantly increased. A bit late now. I've run Genesis about 1 million times. Thank you. And there has been tier 5 gear added to Dynasty. What else we got here? So the Umbral Shard system. So if you watched my video recently with Redbird, we were guessing about what this could be and how it could be implemented into the game. On paper, I don't know whether I like it. So let me know in the comments whether you do or not. But the way it's going to work is we can now increase our expertise cap up to 625. We can raise our gear score to 625. The way I've read it on the post is through the current expertise system, we can now go from 590 to 600. Once we reach 600, we will then be using the Umbral Shards to go from 600 to 625. And I just hit 590. Like, come on, man. And the way this will work is you'll basically be getting the Umbral Shards through mutations, the mutated dungeons. Let me grab a few here as well. There was another bit of info about how we got them. Completing mutated expeditions, crafting gear score 600 item when your expertise within that item is already 600. And this one is kind of good, and probably the way that I would end up doing it is you open up a gypsum cast when your expertise for that item is also at 600. So what that says to me is once our expertise is 600, if we then open a cast, which currently now if you open a gypsum cast at 590, it just vanishes and you waste your daily. But if you now do it once you get to 600, you have a chance to get an Umbral Shard, which you can then use to upgrade from 600 to 625. And finally, travel costs have been reduced. That's it. Just a quick update, boys. If you get a chance, pop into the PTR. They want to know our feedback on the forums. So if you find any stuff and break any things, let them know on the forums, and hopefully it's fixed before it comes to the live game, avoiding any more massive setbacks for the game. I'll be checking it out. I'll be doing some videos of Redbird and BDLG over on the Stu Loop page, and of course I'll try and drop some updates here. See you next video.